Hi everybody. I had this awesome memory come up for me a couple days ago. A Facebook friend of mine mentioned something about Oreos, and so it made me remember an experiment that I had to do with making peace with food. So I wanted to share it with you. It's a little funny, and maybe a little scary for some of you listening to this, but I gotta tell you it worked. And it's really similar to a lot of experiments that I have my clients do to make peace with food. So, I was really struggling at the time with when I ate dessert, eating a pretty big amount of it. And not that that's a big deal, it's just that it happened pretty much every day. And I didn't really feel exactly out of control, but it was interesting. Like, gosh, I'm eating like a lot of these, and at the end of the day, and of course I was feeling guilty. So I didn't feel like I was binging per se, which I have totally done, and on the same food. But at this point, it felt like more of it took a lot of them to get me full, and so of course I was worried about, I'm eating too many and it's unhealthy. And so I said, wait, stop. Let's figure out what's going on with the amount of Oreos I'm eating. And so as I was watching my day, I started like doing some food journaling again, like I teach people, looking at hunger and fullness. And what I recognized is, really wasn't eating enough. So of course, when I got the opportunity to have them, because I had lack of full permission to eat overall amount of food and desserts. I had a permission to eat desserts at this point, but it was still faux permission. Like, well, you can have 2 or 4 at the most, but that's enough, and not more than once a day. And so what would happen? I ended up having 12 or more at a sitting because, again, it was still out of rebellion and reaction of only allowing myself so many. And so basically, long story short, and this took a couple weeks, but I'll just give you the shorter day version of it, is that I had to start letting myself have them as many as I needed to when I was hungry, kind of like a Janine Roth flashback. So I remember the first time really specifically, I got my bag and I had decided I'm definitely going to have some for lunch, with lunch. And so I had lunch, and I already noticed right there wasn't a big enough lunch. So of course I ate like, again, I don't know, gosh, 8, 10, I don't remember, but then I was full. And then got hungry again in 4 or 5 hours and decided, well, I want to have Oreos again, so I did. And that time it was 6 for a snack with some milk. And then for dinner, put some food on my plate, had some food, had the Oreos with them, ended up probably having 4 to 6, I don't remember exactly. And that went on, to that bag ran out, and at that pace it was a couple of days at the most, maybe a day and a half. I said, nope, I'm not going to restrict myself and do it again. And so you get the point. By the end of like the second, third bag, I was starting to get one habituated, which was I've had enough. They're not novel or special. And then second, I started to see the clues in my eating around like where I wasn't eating quite enough or where I wasn't eating exactly what I wanted. And how to start letting myself have full permission to even eat the Oreos when I wanted, which was great. So there's a little bit more to the story when it talks about, having full permission to actually have dessert as much as you want. And so I had to learn that part of the magic too. And the last little part of the story is to remind you that, unless we learn to eat with full permission, we're still going to have moments like that. And it's not a big deal as long as you use it as like a learning opportunity and give yourself compassion, but also be curious, have some courage to look into it a little bit more deeply. So just want to share that you can get through any kind of like food fear or aversion you have, and especially the foods that you might be overeating or emotionally eating on, but you have to get curious about the point of it. And there's a whole other video about the point of mean desserts. I mean, it definitely was a comfort food. Now it's just something I really love that I have almost every day, but it's not just any random thing, and I have to really enjoy it to want it. So again, more videos to come about this, but if you have any questions about it, please private message me and I'd be happy to give you more details, or if you have any concerns about that for your own patterns, then I'd love to hear about it. Talk to you soon.